Okay, bloomers, you know I don't hype products unless I absolutely love them, and ISO Retract blew me away. In my 21 years in orthodontics, I've used just about every retractor out there, and nothing compares. No more cotton rolls under the tongue, no more sharp or awkward corners, just smooth comfort for your patients. The isolation is like nothing I've ever seen. The built-in suction keeps the field dry and clear, making bondings faster and easier. It's reusable, autoclavable, made in the USA, and truly the gold standard. Grab yours at isoretract.com. That's isoretract.com. And because you're part of the Bloom Effect community, you'll get 10% off your order when you use the code BLOOM-10. That's BLOOM-10 at checkout. Trust me, you'll wonder how you ever practiced without it.
Welcome to the Bloom Effect. I'm your host, Cassie Kellner, former chairside assistant turned team coach and founder of Everbloom. This podcast is all about the real stuff, honest combos, leadership lessons, and the heart behind thriving orthodontic teams. If you're ready to grow, lead, and bloom, let's dive in.
Welcome to the Bloom Effect. I'm your host, Cassie Kellner, and I am so thrilled that Lindsay Quinn. Okay, so you remember that Mace song, Linz? It's like, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
No.
I can't stop thinking about this song. And I'm like, if only my producer could plug that. I don't even know if legally we can do that. But
Right.
Welcome back, Linz. I am so excited for today. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm so good, Cassie, and I am so excited to be here. Honestly, nothing I'd rather be doing on a Monday than chatting here with you, which says a lot. There's not a lot of things I like to do on Monday.
Because Mondays are sacred to us. Like, we both have that in common, right?
Yes.
Like,
CEO days.
yeah, yes, same. Okay. All right, Lynn. So the last episode we did, which was episode 9, by the way, if you guys have not listened to it, do yourselves a favor, go back and listen to episode 9 because you will tear up. You will laugh so hard at just the ridiculousness of us telling our story. I felt like we were like in like therapy, like we were like working through our whole story and right, our journey.
About it. Like, we know it internally, but we've never externally talked about the whole journey and how long it's been and how many evolutions there've been, right?
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, ooh, yes. Okay. So, also the Red Bull photo, if people don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I can't believe you still have that. There's no way I have a phone that old where that photo still exists. And you posted it.
Okay, wait. So it's actually not on my phone. It is the photo that comes up when you call me.
Cassandra.
It's so good. Okay, so if you guys don't know what we're talking about, you need to listen to episode 9 because it's so good. And by the way, people were commenting because we're babies too in these photos.
So young. 21. I mean, between 21 and 25, right? Definitely.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, Linz. Oh, yep. We just had this conversation, everyone. I told Lindsay when I got on this podcast that I felt like I looked really old. And you said what to me, Linz?
I said I just had a conversation with a very wise man yesterday that I happened to run into at a jewelry store in Jerome. And he made the comment about as you get older, it's important that you not age. Rather, you want to mature, because when you mature, you're actually becoming more of something. Whereas when you are aging, you're becoming less of something, right? You're dying. And I just thought that was like really powerful, along with 5 other really potent points that he made with me yesterday around things. It was just, my husband and I both were ready to get his phone number. We'll probably go back and visit him, have some coffee dates. It was amazing.
Right? Okay. But when you said that, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. It just puts it in perspective for me where I'm like, okay, Cass. But also I feel that too. It kind of goes back to our first our first podcast together where we were like, we have matured and we've matured like together on this journey. You know, it's so wild, this whole kind of full circle moment.
I know it really is, but that's not what today's podcast is entirely about, right? We could talk about our journey more.
No, we're not. We're not. Well, we are going to talk about our journey, but what's to come on our journey.
What's
So
next? Yeah,
it's happening. Okay, Linz, let's talk about what's been happening in your world since you were on the Bloom Effect on episode 9. Where are you now?
Oh my gosh, Cass. So I think on episode 9, I was maybe 3 months in to becoming an entirely new person. In terms of, at least I feel that way, right? I was maybe 3 months in. And what I mean by that is I have gone down the rabbit hole with AI. And I took a course, right? I took a 3-month course. I've invested like well over 5 figures now in learning AI. And in that, I have really been perfecting systems for orthodontic practices to implement in their practice to just really become more efficient, from everything in conversion to their call performance and creating dashboards and personal branding, right? So I was about 3 months in. Now I think I'm about 6 months in, and that's like, it's so wild, right? I've been on this journey of AI. I originally signed up for this AI course. It was an AI and automations course, and I signed up for it for my own business to create more efficiency with AI and automations. And like what has actually come out of this is I've realized the incredible potential that AI and automations have in orthodontic practices as well. So I've completely changed how I run my business and how I'm helping orthodontic practices run their businesses, which has been really exciting. Like that's what's been lighting me up lately, along with all of the other, practice systems that I do with practices. But this is just like the next evolution of systems, right? Because it's so much more than just using really good prompts in ChatGPT or using predefined prompts, right? If you're just using ChatGPT to create emails or responses or content that is not designed specifically with your voice in mind, I think that's where AI gets cringy, right?
Linz.
Yeah, like your AI is showing, right? And
Linz.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Can we get a shirt that's called Your AI is Showing? Like your M dash is showing. Also, you forgot to remove the end prompt that says, "Can I do this for you?" Like, right?
Yeah, right. We've seen that. I've sent you things. I'm like, oh my gosh, Cass, like they forgot to remove the prompt in their AI here.
Yep.
Which, it's like just kind of like on that same note with AI too, right? Like I hear a lot of people starting to use AI, which I think is amazing. But I also hear a lot of people talking about how AI is like decreasing brain power and it's creating really generic content. But like I would like to challenge that every single day, because there's actually so much potential for smart people using AI. It's actually going to, I think, increase brain power because you're just getting creative in how you're using it and what you're building with it. And as far as the content piece, yes, it is incredibly generic and lame when we're just going into ChatGPT or Claude and asking it to create 5 pieces of content for social media. Like, of course, you're going to get really lame content. But when we have built out specific projects or custom GPTs that are actually trained to know everything about you, how you speak, who your ideal patient is, what their limiting beliefs are, right? The list goes on what we can add to a project to have your content actually replicating your voice. And then, of course, it takes a human being to look over everything and say, no, I don't like this. I'm going to add this. Let's take that out, right? But it does allow you to become so much more efficient. And because you're so much more efficient, then your attention can be poured more into your actual human interactions, right? Your patient interactions, your time with your family, your time with your team. So I really think the problem is not that AI is creating generic content. I think the problem is people actually don't know how to use AI.
Yes.
That is my biggest challenge right now for people.
I think too, Linz, you've done, and this is what you do and what you are continuing to build. Like it never ends it's constantly evolving. And what I would say is like, that's why we say that your AI is showing, and we can have those cringy moments, because I think people thought initially, right? And some people still think this, that they're like, oh, AI is actually a magic wand. I don't have to do the work. I can type something in and it's going to do it for me. However, if they have not built what you have built and what you're currently building for teams, then it's not authentic to who they are. So to your point, if they're like, give me 5 things of content that I can pump out, it's so inauthentic to who this practice is, because you're just throwing a random sentence at it. You're not actually building out the framework that you build for teams.
Right. Exactly. And, I think there's also the fear, right, where people are concerned about feeding data and information into ChatGPT or Claude, but that's also just that's just like a novice way of showing that you don't know a lot about AI, because you can actually turn those features off, right? So that your content doesn't sound like everybody else's, right? So that you're not, you were setting up these projects so that you're not pulling anything out of Wikipedia, right? Because some of these large language models are pulling data out of Wikipedia, which is so unreliable. But we can create things that that only pull from a specific source that we feed it, right? So it's it's when you know how to use it properly, it should change your life in the way that you're running your business. And same things for like building dashboards and spreadsheets and Excel workbooks. Like, you can build all of that, but you have to be an intelligent human to know what it is that you need to build. And then you need to be intelligent enough to look at the Excel workbook and say, oh, like that formula is not actually quite right. That number's not pulling. Let me fix that. Right. Yeah. So you still, essentially AI becomes your 24/7 high-powered VA that you can talk to incredibly directly without having to worry about offending it.
Yes.
That's how I feel, right? Like, I never have to worry about my tone and directness.
Right. Please and thank yous. Like,
oh, hey, you didn't get this right. Please fix this.
Yeah.
And if you make this mistake again, you'll lose your job. Right? You would never say that to a person, but you certainly can say that to your AI.
Oh, totally. Oh, I love this, Lindsay. Okay. We're going to touch on this a little bit more in this podcast. So let's switch gears here. Well, we're not really switching gears, but we are talking about kind of personal growth and leadership. You and I are aligned on almost everything, if not everything, to be honest with you. We just do very different things for teams, which is why this collaboration is so beautiful and has been so amazing from day one.
Yeah.
So we believe that a practice can only grow as much as the people, right? Like, you and I very much believe in that. For any practice, right? Any business, let's get real, right? Yeah, doesn't matter.
I truly believe that your business can only grow to the level that you're willing to evolve to as a human being.
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack in that statement.
I know.
Right? But if you are continue to be stopped by imposter syndrome, you are not ever going to allow yourself to put yourself out there and show up to make a 7-figure business, right?
Yeah.
If you're not willing to invest in yourself financially because A, you're worth it, and B, that you're betting on yourself, right?
Right.
Like, if you bet on yourself, you make a financial investment that is so scary, which I have done so many times at different levels. It used to be $2,000. Now it's a lot more, right? I just signed up for a 30K mastermind and I'm like, what am I doing? But I also but I trust myself. I'm betting on myself here. I know this is going to take me to the next level that I want to go. And you're betting on yourself. That is taking me, just being surrounded by women and people who are doing the things that I want to do. That is going to allow me to get to the next level. So yeah, you have to invest in your growth, because your business will follow that path.
Absolutely. And these are really true investments, right? And it but I believe that if people genuinely show up in the way where they're like, they have a growth mindset, they're ready to lead, they show up like inside the business, right?
Yeah.
That it does transform. I mean, this month for me in this podcast is all about gratitude and being thankful.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why you are here, my friend, because I'm so grateful for you and I'm so thankful for you. But and the other piece to this is like, sometimes taking a step back. This is exactly what you do what you did when you invested in this mastermind, Linz. You took a step back and you went like, I'm actually really terrified. And should I do this? Should I not do this? No, actually, I'm worth it. And that's when like the showing up and the believing in yourself and believing in your people and your practice and where this can go is so incredibly important for any business owner. I know that we speak to ortho, right? Like that's our world, but it's anyone. We are both business owners.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's any business owner, it's any entrepreneur. I believe.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Do we want to just come out of the gate and talk about something very, very, very exciting that you and I are going to announce right here, right now on this podcast?
Yes, Cassie, I'm so excited.
Okay, like my adrenaline is running. I'm so excited. Oh gosh. Okay. Are you ready? You gonna announce it or am I? What are we doing?
Announce it. You go for it and then we'll talk about
it. Lindsay and I have worked really, really hard behind the scenes. We have been quietly building. We have taken our 40 plus years of orthodontic practice management, consulting, coaching, business lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have created an experience for orthodontists and their leaders called, are you ready?
Should we say it together?
1, 2, 3. The Ortho Society.
Oh we did not at all coordinate on that.
The Ortho Society, everyone. Yep. Ortho Society. I'm saying it again. The Ortho Society. The Ortho Society. We are launching an exclusive meeting in San Diego, California at the Bahia Resort, May of 2026. And we have been working really, really, really hard at this. And we have designed this, Lindsay, for people to be able to have growth and support and a collaborative session, which is incredibly important to you and I, but also we are going to be doing real-time implementation.
Right.
And go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, right, like the real-time implementation, I think is really what makes this event experience different than anything else out there, right? Because we're actually going to be building systems real time with practices during this meeting. It's not going to be, here's the system you should build, here's a way you can build the system. It's going to be, bring your laptop, sit down with us. This is a working session where we actually build out all of the maybe not all, we'd probably be there for 10 days, right? But the best systems that you would, right, a month. We're going to sit down and build out the best systems that are universal to all practices, whether that's a system and workflow in Asana, whether that is an AI system that I've developed for practices, financial systems, right? We're going to be giving you the templates as well as actually building real time with you so that you're actually walking away without a huge to-do list when you get home and a list of, how was I going to do this? How does this work? No, it's really not going to be that. It's going to be walking away with the systems built. And we're doing it together, which is amazing.
They will also walk away with a CEO dashboard, team growth pathways that we're going to create with them. They'll have a 12-month operational roadmap. We are diving deep. Day one, they get to learn from us. This is what I'm really excited about, Linz.
Yeah.
Like when we developed this behind the scenes, like we nerded out, okay? Like nerded out. And this has been a long time coming, right? We're still nerding out. Clearly you can hear it. Day one, they learn from us and we're doing things real time on their computers. And it's not just us sitting and lecturing and saying what they should do. It's saying, this is what you have to do. And this is how you're going to do it. And we're going to do it right now. Day two is it's peer collaboration. So they get to learn from each other. And so it's kind of a coaching, a consulting on day one. And then the second piece is kind of study club vibes, right? And we are deeply intertwined in both of those things. And that's why we call this an experience. Yes, it is a meeting, but it really is. We have curated a 2-day experience in San Diego. And by the way, when we threw out where we were going to have this, it really did make sense for you and I to go back to our roots.
You know what? It actually didn't even occur to me until like today when I was like, oh yeah, Cassie and I worked at a practice. I was telling my content creator, right? Like, yeah, Cassie and I know each other from a practice we worked with in San Diego, and we're hosting this course in San Diego.
Right? Full circle. Here we go. It is in San Diego, and it's on the water, and it's in the area in which we both lived, which is really fun. It's at the beautiful, again, Bahia Resort. And this is exclusive, right? We have also made this an experience for people to be able to learn from one another. So the availability is limited.
And we have an
Do you want to
application
speak to that?
too.
Yes.
Yeah. So like Cassie said, it is exclusive. We're really considerate about the group that we bring together so that everybody gets something. And I don't want that to mean you shouldn't apply because you don't think you're good enough, right? Because that imposter syndrome is showing up and you think, I don't have anything to contribute. Please do. We want everyone to be considered, and it's just going to be how we collaborate and build this group out. And it doesn't mean that there may not be a second cohort in the future, right?
Yes.
But yes, it is going to be exclusive. We do have an application process, and that is live as of today, right?
Yeah. Today it is live. You can go to my website, discovereverbloom.com. You can go to Lindsay's website, heartwisecollective.com. On our events page, that's where you will find it. And it's also here linked in this podcast. So you look no further. It is here. It is in the show notes. It'll be all over our social medias today as well. And we are over the moon. Like it's real.
Be amazing. This is the meeting that Cassie and I have always dreamt of. And like I said, we really don't feel like this experience exists in the ortho community right now, right? There's a purpose for all of the different types of meetings, but nothing existed like the container that we have built, and we're very excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to speak to this too, Linz, like kind of as we wrap this up, right? But I do feel like when people invest in programs or collaborative sessions or right, it is so much more meaningful than building everything alone. And this is also what this experience is about. We are going in the Ortho Society, we are going to create a community as well, where people can connect with one another even after this meeting is over. So, there's an element of, and it kind of ties in everything, Linz, right? That personal growth perspective, the AI, the authenticity that comes with building the AI, which will happen in the Ortho Society meeting, everyone. Asana, I am an Asana nerd. Asana very well. We're going to be building out real-time dashboards within Asana, templates you get to go home with, how to use and build right there.
And automations too, right? That's
Oh,
the other path that I haven't really talked about that I've been going deep down, but is the automation path, right? So creating automations between my AI systems and Asana so that things are ending up in Asana automatically assigned
yeah.
to a teammate in the correct project, right? And anything else that we want to automate, right? The sky is the limit. And once you know how to actually create those automations, oh my gosh, you won't be able to stop. At least I haven't been
No,
able to.
no, I haven't either. Not to mention, Linz, that we talked about this, but Asana has its new AI
Agent.
assist, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's coming in and like it's next level. It's
Right.
next level.
It is next level. These are the things that nobody else, at least that I've seen, they might be, but these are the things that nobody else is talking about right now at this point, right? This AI agent. So for some people, they use Notion, which is like sort of similar to
Yeah.
Asana, but not great for building out how we build it. But anyways, Notion has their new AI agent. And
Mhm.
we'll talk about what that even means, like the difference
Yeah.
between AI agent, right? Besides just using like ChatGPT, but your AI agent is actually able to perform tasks, right? So they're actually able to do things. And I guarantee that if AI Assist in Asana isn't there yet, they are scrambling to keep up with
Oh,
Notion
it's
and create
happening.
their AI agent that can
Hmm.
actually perform tasks, which
Yeah.
is incredible. So come May, I
Oh,
guarantee at the rate that I'm diving into AI and learning these automations, it's going to be a whole new landscape for practices that
absolutely.
that want to evolve, right? Some won't, and
Yeah.
they'll continue doing
That's
things the hard
okay.
way. But yeah, for those practices that are really looking to be innovative and efficient, these are the I'm just going to be teaching the tools that I've spent this last year really testing, navigating, and helping practices with.
Yeah, same. Same. I am so passionate about growth and development of
Hmm.
teams, Lens,
I know.
that they will also leave with dashboards built out in Asana that they can really use. And let's not forget, Lindsay, the whole playbook aspect of this, like understanding how to build real time SOPs throughout AI. I mean,
Yes.
and all of the different tools that come along with this we are creating the path for you, and then we're doing this stuff with you real time on site in beautiful San Diego.
Yeah.
So the Ortho Society is May 15th and 16th,
Yeah.
2026 at the Bahia with me and Lindsay. And I am
I can't
so,
wait.
oh,
It's going to be amazing. I
I
know.
can't believe we're finally announcing this.
I know. It's time.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Lindsay,
amazing.
thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining me.
Of course.
This is just the beginning of Ortho Society. I want people to also take in what you said, Linz, when you said, if you feel like you're not worthy of
Mm.
applying, we still ask that you apply, because this Ortho Society is just the beginning and it will continue to evolve. And there is potential for other cohorts that are just like you in the future. So I really encourage, Lindsay and I were joking recently about how we both have no problem pivoting. And I called myself, this is actually cringy, but I'm going to say, I called myself a pivot princess. Do you remember when I said that?
I don't even know the context, but I do remember
Me
Pivot Point.
neither.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, I can pivot on a dime. Like, let's go. Let's pivot this way. Let's go this way. And that is what Ortho Society is. We've curated this experience by our years of experience, but
Yeah.
also we're not afraid to move the needle and do what we need to do to create an even better experience for people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, just like kind of coming back to what you said to wrap this up, if you, I know the feeling of feeling not worthy enough, not good enough, being the person who is maybe the least experienced in a room, but that's also why you need to be in that room, right? And I guarantee
Yes.
you do have contributions. I guarantee it. I've
Yes.
known so many of these doctors that are shy, quiet, listening in the background. And then when they're really invited and asked to speak up and they start talking and sharing, everybody is like glued to the screen, right? Because what they have to say is so powerful. So
Yes.
there's so much contribution that every single person has.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, discover everbloom.com, heartwise collective.com. Go to our events page. You can also register here in this podcast. There'll be a link. We're so excited to see and meet everyone out there. Lindsay, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
joining me.
Cassie. So fun. We're
I
so
I
excited.
cannot wait. We're
2026.
we're so excited. Bring your practice to 2026. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Let's just end it with that. Get
Yep.
in gear. It's 2026.
Thanks, Linz.
All right. Bye, Cass.
Thank you for joining me on The Bloom Effect, where we keep it real, keep it growing, and always keep it team first. If today's episode sparked something for you, an idea, a shift, or just a reminder that you're not alone, take a second and share it with your team or a fellow ortho leader. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss a convo, and if you're loving the show, leave a review. It helps more practices find us and join the movement. And if you're ready to bring this kind of energy into your practice, visit discovereverbloom.com to learn more about working together. Until next time, keep leading with heart, keep building with intention, and keep blooming right where you're planted.